Hey everybody, it's Tom Mason back. This video is a little different. I want to talk about some things that are going on and what I've been up to in general, but rest assured, we will be getting back to more sculpting videos very soon. But as some of you may know, Inktober started in October. It's a fun little event started up by Jake Parker. I'll put a link in the bottom for you to check it out. You can see a lot of cool artwork. But anyways, so for a very limited time, was taking part in it. I've been drawing a lot more these days, as well as sculpting, and I really wanted to kind of have a project or something to get me to do more finished pieces, or at least work on my inking, which is the purpose of this event. So I started doing it. I got 4 days in, and I was having a good time, but really, it was just another thing going on, and I decided not to do it. So anyways, I did film the very first piece that I was doing for Inktober, and that's what you're going to see now in a second, and I'm going to keep talking and tell you what's going on. And so go ahead and listen to the whole thing, especially if you're interested in what's going on and to hear about some of the future of this channel here. So, all right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
So this is my first drawing for Inktober. I had gotten it underway, and then I'm like, hey, I should film this. So I already have the pencils and everything done, and now I'm just using a light table to see through the my bristle board so I can ink that up. This drawing is a pretty big milestone for me. This is the last drawing in a drawing project that I started a year ago. When I first started getting back into drawing, I did this challenge. It was kind of a spin-off of Kevin Cross's 100 Days of Making Comics, and I did 100 Days of Drawing and Doing, and I didn't necessarily want to do comics. I just wanted to get better at drawing and kind of make that part of my life again. So, in order to help facilitate that and give me something to focus on, I came with this little project, and have been working on it ever since that first 100 days. So it's literally almost a year to the start of that I am completing this. So that was very exciting. Since then, I continue to draw every day. I think after I did my 100 days, I took maybe a 1 or 2 week break, just because I had never drawn that consistently my entire life. And but then after that, I have drawn every day ever since, and as of this recording, I just did my 250th day, so that's very exciting. So between those two things, almost a year, except for of drawing straight, except for that little gap, but I don't count that. So as a transition from drawing every day, I've been wanting to do more. You know, I draw every day. Sometimes it's a finished piece. More often than not, it's just sketching in my sketchbook, you know, doing exercises or practice, essentially. So I wanted another reason to kind of make finished drawings, you know, do more with this craft here. And so that's when I heard about Inktober, and I decided I would like to try that out. So especially because I wanted to get better at inking overall, with a brush pen specifically. So I decided to do that, and I did for 4 days, and this is where, you know, what kind of purpose of this video is now, is that I decided to stop. It wasn't because I didn't think I could do it. I know for sure I could do it. I've been drawing every day for almost a year, and I can't wait to draw every day. Like, once it gets towards the end of the day, if I haven't, I start feeling strange and incomplete, kind of. So yeah, I've never had that feeling before, where I actually want to draw and don't dread it because I don't think I can make something interesting or something to make myself happy, that I can be proud of. But with all that said, I do have a lot going on. I'm full-time sculptor. There's a lot going on there. I have a family, 3 kids. I love to spend time with them. And I'm working on this YouTube channel, as well as lots of other things just around the house, fixing things up. And I wanted to draw every day still. So, and obviously Inktober would obviously count as the drawing every day. But with everything else, the new skills I'm trying to learn, just increasing my sculpting craft as well as my drawing craft, I decided it was too much to put another thing on me for 30 days straight, where I would essentially have to dedicate a much more significant amount of time during each day to create a finished drawing, unless they were super loose. And I think I thought long and hard about it, and I went back and forth, because I thought, well, I could just do exercises rather than doing it in pencil like I normally do. I would do exercises in ink and draw that way. But I didn't want to post that up for Inktober. I'm sure people would have supported me, and it would have been nice. But if I was going to do it, I wanted to be able to give it more time and consideration than that. So as hard as it was, I decided after the 4 days, I was like, nope, you know what? I'm not going to do Inktober anymore. I'm still drawing every day. Some days I'm even inking, but I'm not officially taking part in that, because I decided it was more important to complete some of these other projects that are going on in my life right now first. I've always wanted to draw. I'm a sculptor now, and I love doing that. But ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to draw comics or be an illustrator, and so it's been very exciting recently to be drawing consistently and not being worried about it. Just being able to dive in and work through it and create interesting pieces. So, but with all that said, like I just mentioned, I need to put some other things first right now and get them off my plate before I dedicate more time to this. And one of the main things that I want to do is continue this YouTube channel, specifically with the sculpting videos. That has become harder and harder to do as I've become stretched much thinner and had more projects come up on my plate, and revving up for this has made it even harder still. So I'm barely getting the videos out when I want to, and I'm starting to slip back into this fear of recording and whatnot that I used to have back in the day. And all I can think is that it's just because I'm putting too much pressure with other things. So that's why I'm not doing it. But the good news is I am going to ramp up the YouTube channel. Keep working on that. So I'm going to stay very consistent with my every 2-week schedule that I've more or less maintained since I started. I think I'm going to try and set a very hard date of every other Thursday will be when the videos are posted. And I have lots of sculpting topics to deal with and talk about. I've got more interviews I want to show you guys, and stuff like that. I do plan on launching the Patreon very soon. I'm going to do a separate video about that, probably post it up in a week or two to talk about that. And I'm going to do another sculpting video. I have another one just in the works. I just have to finish the voiceover, and it will be ready to go. And that'll go up next week. I want to thank everybody for continuing to watch these videos and support me. The small community that's slowly growing is really encouraging, and I love reading everyone's comments, and I do my best to continue to answer the questions. So please keep doing that. And and I'll keep making some videos. So thanks a lot, and I will see you on the next sculpting video. One last thing, if anybody cares, the pens I'm using here, they're my favorite pens for everyday use, and they're really fun to ink with. They're called, they're Pilot Hi-Tec Cs, and I think I'm using, for the fine line was the 0.25, and the thicker line is the 0.4. But they're great. They're very fine tip, and it almost feels like you're drawing with a pencil, but it's a pen. So check them out at jetpens.com, and be sure to check out all the awesome stuff that's being created for Inktober.